is up? We are back again here. Tasteless in our toes, just doing the KSL. We had a kick-ass series yesterday. It was almost too good to be true. Going to Game 7, which rarely happens in best-of-7s just in general. It's pretty hard to have something that close, and you never really see 3 wins on one side, then 3 wins on the other side, and then that decider match where Sharp moves ahead.
Yeah, it was pretty damn epic. So if you missed it, definitely go back and watch that, but not before you watch what you are about to watch, because we're going to find the other player that's going to the finals to face Sharp. And, I mean, both these guys are complete monsters. This is going to be amazing. Again, it's so wild that this season we had 3 of the same top 4 as last season.
So crazy.
And, in fact, this match we're watching happened last season in the round of 4. Last won it 4-2 over Soulkey.
And this is the rematch now.
Yes.
We've been saying this for a while, that Soulkey is going to be in the finals, that Soulkey is going to be winning some StarCraft 1 tournament. There's times where he really does look like the scariest Zerg that there is, even with players like Jadong around, who's been so dominant, and many of the other Zergs that we've had here in modern 2018 Brood War. But he hasn't managed to deliver. So this is a big test for him. And, of course, last, somebody who wants to win KSL again, become the king of the KSL. But this is no easy match. So I think Soulkey can take on any player, anytime, any place.
Yeah, it's certainly true, but this is a tough one for Soulkey. Style-wise, preparation-wise, everything. But if he can, this is like his biggest hurdle, if you ask me. I think if he can be last, he definitely can beat Sharp. But we'll talk more about that as we move forward. Of course, we are just about at the end of the tournament. We have the round of 4 today, and then just the finals next week. If you're going to that, you better buy your tickets, because they're just about sold out.
Yeah, I think there might be a few tickets available.
There's some tickets available still.
But they're not on sale right now, right? They go on sale on Tuesday?
No, I think that they're already on sale.
Okay, I was just informed. Yeah, they are on sale now. Excuse me.
G-Club just sent me a picture of what seats are left. It's not a lot.
All right, well, you better get on it right now. All right, you get your second window open right now. You buy that, then you get your plane ticket. But make sure you come down if you want to come see an event live. There's nothing else coming up in StarCraft until next year, guys. This is it.
As far as we know, there's not a whole hell of a lot. But yeah, KSL has been epic. No matter what, the finals is going to be insane. Will we have a new champion? Or will Last just win every KSL forever, and we have to cancel the KSL because he wins?
Yeah, he ruins the show. He just
or
keeps
maybe,
winning.
Hold on, I have this sick idea. If he wins 3 in a row, why don't we just put Sparkle in the map pool and let it clean itself?
We already have a problem for these Terran gods. Okay, yeah. That's our champion disinfectant. It's map Sparkle, as long as it's a Terran.
We'll just make a bunch of PvT maps that are also good PvZ.
Yeah.
No problem.
Rain
will be like, finally, again, Sparkle, it's my map.
We do have lots of giveaways here. We're giving away headsets, keyboards, whether it is by an awesome cheerful, those are those signs you see in the audience, or you can win with just a raffle. So
indeed,
you win with no skill at all.
That's true.
It's just like Protoss. No, it's so definitely stay for the whole show, and we've got a lot of cool stuff we're giving away here, as well as copies of StarCraft Remastered, like the hard copy version. I believe you can only get that in Korea, unless you're trying to get that off an auction online or something like that.
Yeah, I think
in which case that person probably got that from coming to this event in Korea.
Very likely. Very likely. It's a sick box set, too. It's just something you should own.
Super cool. Okay, so it's, as you can see already, Rain losing to Sharp, and I think what I can safely say was an upset. I know there's some people who might disagree and thought Sharp was going to take it, but I was pretty confident, especially in Rain's PvT. But Sharp really delivered. He's looking better than we've ever seen him before. I think in a lot of ways he's more the dark horse player in this tournament than a lot of these other guys we have here. And then Soulkey and Last is going to be today, a ZVT.
Well, I'm really excited for this rematch. Last Soulkey, of course, I already mentioned last time it was 4-2 in Last's favor, but it was a one-sided 4-2. There's a big difference between a one-sided and a closely contested 4-2. You know what I mean?
Right.
Because you can even like any score, you can have a match that's close or not close. Like for instance, Sharp 3-0'd mine. That was a super close 3-0.
Yeah.
All 3 games could have gone to mine, but like all 3 of them went to Sharp, so it's like, okay, whatever. That happens. But last time they fought, I definitely feel it was one-sided for Last. The metagame has evolved a little bit. The understanding of how to play against 1-1-1s has evolved a bit. So I think Soulkey's going to have a bit of a better time tonight.
I think so. I think last was really at the very, very top end of the TVZ meta we saw last year. I mean,
Absolutely.
the finals were really a shock, I mean, to everybody, including us here at the KSL, and we saw that Jaedong did not win a single game. We had special cannons that were going to fire off when Jaedong won a game. We had different effects, and we didn't even show you guys the Jaedong effects because last played so
and we
well.
tried to return those cannons to the store, and they didn't even want them back.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, who are we going to sell
they
these
said,
to?
They said, where's the receipt? And I said, I put it in the trash. And no, but anyways, we thought that finals was going to be closer.
It's in the cannon!
And so, yeah, I mean, that was a big surprise for us. Obviously, it was really cool to see last win, but we expected, I don't know, more than 4 games, you know.
Well, this upcoming final,
and that was also when Jaedong had 4-0'd Rain as well, so it was just like, whoa, all right.
We were speedrunning the last KSL. We're taking our sweet time here, though.
I'm
hoping for 7 games, and I think it's a very likely outcome, actually.
I think it's
you
realistic.
You say it's rare. I think it's almost too common, tasteless.
Well, it's definitely, in fact, not common really at all in best of sevens. But
so best of sevens this season, how many of them gone to 7 games, percentage-wise?
100%.
100%.
We've
not
only had
common
one,
at all.
We've only had
Tasteless
one.
says not common at all.
If it doesn't happen today, 50%.
Well, we'll just
Those
have to wait
numbers
and see.
change quickly.
Tasteless. Listen, stats can jump all over the place, but the fact that you are spreading this weird rumor that it's not
propaganda.
Common, oh my God.
This anti-fun propaganda that I'm putting out there.
You're like, I don't like the KSL. I'm going to sabotage it. Tasteless, I'm not letting you do that, okay?
All right, so be it. We will have 7 games then. Dude, if that does happen, that's going to be so sweet. I cannot wait.
I really think that it has a very good chance of happening tonight. Like, the fact that it was a 4-2 but a one-sided one last time makes me think, like,
I think it's either going to be really close.
Neither guy's going without a fight.
I think either side wins if it does go to 7 games or 6 games. But I think there is always a factor that last can just crush.
You think so?
I think so.
Like 4-0 or 4-1 type crush?
I think it's possible.
I think 4-2 is the biggest score we can see tonight.
I guess it's also going to depend on what builds are going to be chosen here, because like when you look at Soulkey, he really does have a pretty wide range. He's had some kind of weird flub builds where he's come out with some of these link rushes that don't work, and I'm like, I don't know, guys. I don't know why that happened or why he thought that was a good idea. And then he's had games where he's like failed in rushes and had only 7 drones and then still in.
2시즌 연속 4강에 올라가게 됐는데 한 경기 한 경기가 되게 힘들었던 것 같아요. 그만큼 더 기분이 좋아요. 4강 상대가 김성현 선수인데 지난 시즌에는 뭐 성현이가 우승하고 했지만 그때랑 지금은 좀 다르다고 생각하거든요. 제가 복수하기에 또 좋은 무대인 것 같아서 꼭 복수하도록 하겠습니다. 저번 4강 운 좋았다 성현아.
KSL 4강 진출을 이루고 있는 디펜딩 챔피언 알파고 김성현.
4강 이제 깔끔하게 올라가서 이제 좋긴 하지만 아직 생각보다는 무덤덤하고 결승 가면은 되게 기쁠 것 같아요. 대회를 하면서 지금이 제일 잘하고 있어가지고 물 들어올 때 이제 더 물을 젓고 싶어서 열심히 하고 있습니다. 저그 중에서 제일 이제 까다로운 저그라고 생각하고 있고요. 좀 상대하기 좀 꺼려하는 선수 중에 하나지만 제가 저번 시즌에 이겨봤고 그리고 자신 있기 때문에 이번에도 잘 준비한다면은 이길 수 있지 않을까 싶어요. 복수는 꿈도 꾸지 마시고요. 제가 결승 올라가겠습니다.
Oh, burn. Don't even think about revenge, Soulkey. I'm going to the finals, says last.
With a little bit of a bump with that zoom in there.
Yeah.
And the flaming text, that sold me right away.
Well, the flaming text, you could feel that in his voice, right?
Yes. It was definitely not flaming Comic Sans text either, Atosis. It was serious. I don't know what kind of text we're using here, what kind of font we're using. But it was serious.
As we see here, there was a weird 0-3 from Soulkey against mine. Those were some pretty wonky
They were odd games, yeah.
It was,
I don't
like you
think
said,
that's,
occasionally Soulkey brings out something where like, wait, I thought you were better than that.
Well, occasionally he does stuff, and I say, okay, well, that's why you haven't won a tournament yet. But if we just had those other games where you were playing so well. But let's see. I mean, you know, these guys are still improving and adjusting. Last, I think, has really hit the ground running since winning the KSL, right? I mean, he was always somebody that was talked about and people were excited about. He was younger. He was nicknamed AlphaGo. you know, but he wasn't quite delivering like he was since KSL. And I think now Last is feeling more confident than ever, especially when he crushed his finals.
Yeah,
I mean, that was
he crushed
like,
his finals. And let's not forget, he got 3rd place in ASL last season.
Yeah, right.
And here he is, round of 4 KSL again. I mean, he is making a name for himself right now.
And the only person standing in his way is Soulkey, who's here to redeem himself after that previous KSL. Again, guys, Last 4-0'd Jaedong in the finals of the first season of the KSL, which again, guys, I don't think anybody was expecting the results to be like that.
No one.
Jaedong tried everything, and Soulkey, like a Brazilian jiu-jitsu master, was just flipping him over and taking any imbalance he had in his play style.
Yeah. It was painful, but
yeah.
You know what? This is a different player, a different day, a different map set, and loser chooses map. So I can't imagine that happening again. Look at this. Last has only lost a single map this tournament, and it was against Modesty, and kind of a sloppy TVZ. Modesty got a lot of vessels on Eddie in that one game, but everything else he's been kind of killing. To be fair, he came out of the easiest group and had one of the easiest opponents he could have had in the round of 8.
Yeah.
In Ware, not that Ware is bad. I would say that would
but no, actually, I think Ware is actually crazy good.
Yeah.
He just had to meet the ultimate final boss here.
He met his maker.
Yeah.
But
Last always with a bit of a poker face here.
Whether
he's won or has lost or has just gotten to the studio, but he got the same look on his face that my cat gives me. Even my cat is disappointed. But let's see what happens here in Game 1. I know that Soulkey has got a pretty wide range of strats. Last has also shown that he can switch in and out of what we predict him to do. In best of 7s, we really do need to see a pretty damn wide range of builds. And to start this off on a one-on-one map, I mean, there's always a chance Terran might try to proxy or do something crazy. 1-1-1 is definitely another option on this map as well.
Yeah.
You definitely like to abuse Terrans with mutas, and we've seen this as kind of a theme here. The Zerg taking the 3rd base adjacent to the Terran's main.
That's right.
Or I guess I should say just below or above.
Yeah.
And so, and from there you try to hammer them. So there's a lot of technical play that allows Zerg to win the game before you really have to get defilers out here.
Well, you know, I think in this map for these two, I'm kind of expecting a 1-1-1 opener from Last.
Yeah.
Because last time Soulkey played this against Mind, right? Mind did a proxy barracks and walled him in and killed him immediately.
Right.
And I feel like that's going to be on the tip of Soulkey's mind. So rushing him, it doesn't feel like an option.
Okay, our game is ready. This is Game 1 in this best of 7, a fight to get to the finals. Soulkey versus Last. Okay, so we've got Soulkey on the far left. We've got Last on the far right. This is a one-on-one map, so they know each other's spawns. And then we just got to wait and see, how exactly they're going to open. Is Soulkey going to go for 2-hatch and tech up pretty quickly? Is he going to do something quite different, go for 3-hatch and play more of, I guess, more of a macro route?
I think specifically on Heartbreak Ridge, this is the map you are least likely to ever see 3-hatch on.
Yeah, I agree.
It's just this is a 2-hatch map, no matter what your opponent does, because you're going to have to stay kind of aggressive. You can't play a super long game here. It isn't something that's going to work out for Zerg. You have to kind of take a more aggressive approach. So definitely expecting the 2-hatch.
I don't know what that is. All right, there's
an Instagram.
There's an Instagram, yeah.
It's really well made.
Well, you might get Oh, those are all the transaction of tickets. Got it, for the season. Someone just explained that to me.
Yeah.
So,
I guess he's been a lot of times, so welcome once again.
Now, this time around here, let's see if it is the 1-1-1 here for Last. He's going to get his barracks up over here at the entrance. There is an area above the outside of the entrance of your main where you can prop things up like lurkers. There's also an area behind the minerals of the natural. You can put lurkers and things like that.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's going to be a factor here. By the way, it looks like it is going to be a 1-1-1 here for Last, at least for what we see for now.
Yeah. And it makes a lot of sense. I think we're going to see mostly 1-1-1 from him. By the way, Soulkey did scout that spot that Mind proxied him right to start. But yeah, Soulkey, I think, is brute force-wise, the strongest Zerg in the world for sure. Going like 3-hatch play against bio play. I think he's very much the best at that. Like, we've seen his games against Light, where Light is basically one of the best, if not the best, bio player out there. And he just like, he'd be like, oh, you didn't reinforce quite quickly enough, I win. And the game just, it doesn't end there, but like, he seals it out the entire way. And I think that Last doesn't want to deal with that. I think that he's better at 1-1-1 anyways.
Yeah.
And it's better against Soulkey anyways.
So just so you guys understand, 1-1-1 with Terran, it looks really strong if it's done perfectly. But it is crazy flimsy. If you make a few mistakes or lose a stray unit here or there, don't scout correctly, you will get crushed.
Yeah, it's kind of funny because TVZ normally early, the only thing you really have to worry about is a Ling Flood generally, right? And it's like, it's very easy to scout for that, and if you don't know what's coming, you put a couple of SCVs in front, you're fine. But when you go 1-1-1, it feels more like you're playing against Protoss, where something might just go wrong and you might just die.
Right.
You know, they could, there's all sorts of things Zerg can do. They can Ling Flood you, they can go Hydras, they can, you know, catch your first vessel with a Scourge, and you're just like, oh man, this is bad. But it looks like this is going to be a 2-port build.
Uh-oh.
And I know, Tasus, that this might be your favorite thing in the whole world is 2-port TVZ play.
Actually, I don't mind 2-port TVZ play. I just was frustrated watching Leda do it, man. That was. I love Leda. He's a great player, but that was rough.
Excuse me. When you speak of him,
yes,
use his proper name, Devil Wraith.
Devil Wraith. Thank you. So you see the Marine with the barracks. You can drive back the Overlord. There's a Vulture coming down here as well. And this is hold on, Hydra Den. Wait, there's
just Hydra Den.
Just Hydra Den. Okay. Yeah, that's going to be interesting. Let's see how this goes. We have the Vulture coming out here.
Yeah.
Got to be careful. You don't want to lose too many Lings. The Vulture can actually come all the way out there and try to contain you.
By the way, I've seen Last do this, like in his preparation for the ASL season that had Sparkle.
Yeah.
Basically, all the Terrans were practicing 1-base 2-port Wraith a lot because it's good on like Transistor and stuff like that. It's good on actually quite a few of those maps.
Hold on.
Everything.
Whoa!
Ooh, good thing
that was close.
Yeah.
Had those Lings gotten in, I think this game would be over.
Yes.
I mean, that just did too much damage there. Now, there's no Vulture being made. I believe the Vulture is being sent back.
Yeah,
the 2 Wraiths are coming. Wraiths don't counter Lings very well, guys. It takes a little while to kill them.
But the Lings aren't going to get that much done, I think. You know, force some repairing, all that. But look, what I'm trying to get out here is that Last Wraith Micro is comparable to Leda's. Like, it's really superbly strong. It'll be interesting to see how he plays it as it moves beyond that, because we are all very aware of how Leda plays it.
Yeah, well, Leda has kind of a... He's not bad with it, but it definitely doesn't seem like it's been perfected. Like, it's a little bit wonky.
He does it so much in his own style that it's like almost ludicrous how stylistic it is.
Okay, another drone goes down. Now, when you're going for Wraiths, you got to keep in mind, you don't really have a lot you can use to fight head-to-head unless you're cloaked and they don't have Overlords there. So these Hydras coming down here, if they can snipe this SCV, which I think they did, just fortunately moved out of the range there.
Yeah, it was kind of lucky.
Yeah, that was very fortunate by him.
SCVs, but it doesn't look like he should die from this. Now, when Leda saw this, I believe he went Siege Tank, and he stopped his Wraith production super early on, and just was kind of like, you know what, I'm just going to go into like Biotank and then attack you later. And it worked out well for him.
Yeah. This is a very, very kind of abnormal TVZ from what you would see if you followed a lot of StarCraft, although this seems to be rising as far as trends go. Because you don't normally see Zergs with speed Hydras out running around and a handful of Lings and trying to attack the wall in almost like it's some kind of PvT rush at the entrance.
Yeah.
But because of the Wraiths, it changes the whole nature of the matchup, especially when Cloak comes out here, because Wraiths will kill Overlords very fast. But if the Overlords are there to spot, the Hydras will kill the Wraiths very, very fast.
Yeah, they're called like paper planes or tin cans or whatever quite often because they die so quickly. They definitely can put out that anti-air damage quickly, but nothing dies quicker than a Wraith.
Right.
Wraiths have just barely more hit points than a Changeling in StarCraft 2.
Yeah, it's actually crazy how quickly they go away. And so from here, we have Terran. He's going to go ahead and get Siege Mode and stay back. Last getting his Academy. And he might try to slowly move out into his natural. Because Zerg right now has tech that, yes, can deal with Wraiths, but doesn't have a lot of utility later on in the game. Speed Hydras are not ideal to have. You can turn into lurkers, but
yeah,
you don't have mass muta. You don't have, yeah. I mean, there's so much that you don't have that was normal in a ZVT.
Yeah, there's some styles where you can utilize Hydras, like Manzurg and stuff.
Right.
But I mean, they're definitely off-brand styles that people haven't super perfected. They're seen as suboptimal, for sure. So I'm not sure if we will see anything like that today. I don't think so.
One of those wraiths gunned down. By the way, that Ling spotting outside the main entrance for last.
Yeah.
That Ling does not see the command center. It is just out of vision.
Yeah, that's true.
We're going to check once again. No, we're not. But I did see earlier that there was nothing there to spot that. So he might assume there's a command center coming, but he doesn't have that confirmation.
Yeah. Well, either way, looks like he's getting his evolution chamber right now.
Now,
I wonder if that is for a spore.
I think so. I think this drone over here, just above the extractor that keeps getting blocked by other drones mining, I think that is for a spore. Because
Yeah,
I think what he wants to do is try to come out with enough Hydras. Keep in mind, I think Stim's not even upgraded yet.
Yeah,
He just got the Academy. So I think, in fact, mass Hydras with speed and maybe even with range, just kill this. I mean, the tanks might fire, but I mean, how fast do Hydras really shoot? I mean, crazy fast.
They do shoot crazy fast, but if you have your tanks placed perfectly, this Hydras won't touch them, right? And that's part of the thing about playing a 1-1-1. You're definitely sure that you can just get rolled over. You're definitely right, rather. But also, if the Terran controls perfectly...
Oh, my God!
Well, that was not...
He tried to just pounce on the Overlord.
That must have been a miss. Like, he didn't even shoot at the Overlord.
Yeah, I don't know
There was
what
never a
happened
chance to
there.
actually do that, but...
I could see last from where I'm sitting, he was very frustrated when that happened.
Yeah,
That was like things like just slipped between his fingertips. And keep in mind that everything that was set up for... Okay, hold on, he's got drop. Or he's going to fake drop.
It. Yeah, he wants units to come in so he can bash the natural. Well, he didn't
He's
really
like, just
sell
put
that
him in
very well,
vision.
to be
He's like,
honest.
look at me, I just left him over here. I don't even know where they are. Okay, we have one scan over there, and no scanner, by the way, at the natural.
Yeah, he should have a vessel on the way, though, so this shouldn't be like a permanent thing. Definitely has to lift that up, though, taking a lot of damage.
Okay. There's one scan here. And there are tanks to try to fight this, but I don't know if there's enough volleys. My math is a little bit fuzzy on how long scan lasts, but it seems like he would be able to edge in again, maybe?
I think he wants to be very careful on
yeah.
this. If you lose all your lurkers when you're on 2 base like this, there's not going to be much comeback potential.
So we got a Queen's Nest coming along here. Now, I'm not super familiar with the Zerg angle for a fight like this, but is he going to try to just get into Hive here right away?
Yeah,
is he going to try to go for Dark Swarm or something?
He's definitely going up to Hive quickly, and yeah, I think you're right about the Dark Storm. Because he sees so many tanks with Siege mode, that's going to be a good counter against that. You know, tanks in Siege mode are not fantastic against Dark Storm. They're somewhat usable, but the fact that you have to Siege every time and then run away as soon as the Dark Storm comes down makes it really clunky to actually utilize the tanks correctly. So it seems like this is a good idea for Soulkey.
Yeah, I mean, also the temples there that are blocking that area off with the way the lurker attack operates, it's going to tear that temple down very quickly. And then you can get in there and maybe try to get behind the minerals. I mean, Terran's still in a very awkward position. You have this big open main. You're on low ground, so you can't see ahead of time if they're coming in. So you're very scared of drops.
Yeah.
He's just now gotten this base set up here at the natural. Now, Zerg is getting a third, but Zerg's doing pretty well. It is pretty remarkable how few drones Zerg needs to really just produce and play and hold their own against a Terran or a Protoss.
You're certainly right about that, but I think in this, look at this, he's trying to get him to go back. There's nothing in those Overlords. Yeah, Lass is not really biting. Oh no, I guess he's slightly biting. He's nibbling. You don't pull up on the fishing rod at this point, though.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, this might be a pull-up if they go all the way. No, not quite.
You know, it's very hard to get your army through that entrance between the natural and the main. And stuff can get stuck up in there. And it's also just keeping the base of Last congested.
By the way, look at how annoying Soulkey's being. The Overlord's flying in. There's been one sitting over his natural mineral line where Marines can't really walk to forever. There's one Hydra attacking the depot on his high ground. All of this is doable because Last screwed up and lost the Wraiths.
Right,
And so this is Soulkey keeping unbelievable tabs upon what Last is doing because of that. It's a big difference.
Leaning very hard here on this and getting armor now here is Soulkey. Already with +1 there. And we're now seeing Last begin to try to stretch out. and get some control over the outside of his base. We've got Scourge in the air here. The Science Vessel count hasn't been able to accumulate that high, so losing any vessels here is a disaster.
Yeah.
And what he's doing is, this is kind of like what you see Protoss do with Terrans as well, is they make them siege and then you just run for it. And then when they unsiege, you get a little bit closer, they siege up, and you're basically just buying time on the map.
Well, he's trying to buy that time, but Lass is going to radiate too and just move forward. So this is getting pretty scary because in a heads-up fight, right now Lass really easily wins.
Yeah, if push comes to shove here, and Soulkey had to defend any position, it's almost 100%. As long as Lass controls correctly, that he would kill.
He has to do something very tactical here. He has to like force him back or get it, buy time for Darkstorm. Look, he's trying to utilize high ground here.
Getting these tanks over here in the front is definitely something. In fact, getting all 3 of those tanks and then backing up, he really only lost Lings and Hydras for that.
That was really
fine.
good. That was a great move. Like that's the beginning to a defense. But with last units that he's making right now, if he just rallies these out, controls them well, he still can bash this army. We need the Defiler out. And
yeah, there it is.
But does it have Consume yet?
I don't think so. He might be able to buy a little bit more time, but yeah, eventually this is going to get right up there. And one thing to keep in mind, guys, is that what Soulkey has is not the ideal unit composition to fight against a Terran player who actually does have the ideal composition here. Now here we go. One Dark Swarm does go down.
All right, he gets a tank and a vessel. Beautifully done here by Soulkey. He's going to force Lass back. Wow, really nice play coming out of Soulkey right now.
Okay, so at this point in time, Soulkey is going to drive this all the way back, winning this fight, taking out the vessel.
He got another vessel!
You know, from here, man, because of Lass not handling that totally correctly, I think that the whole map is going to go to Soulkey. And the fact that we have, this is what I call backwards pushing, but you see a siege tank like way behind, sieged up, and it's like not part of the fight.
Yeah.
That's, you know, Terran, I think, way committed too much into the map. So now Lass is sent all the way back home. Soulkey's going to get a 4th base in the top left.
And just the number of vessels that we've seen picked off, this is becoming
I think he can actually just push in here with Defilers.
Yeah,
I think he just goes for it.
When a Defiler gets in your natural, that's generally game over. You have to keep your vessels alive. A radiate is the most important thing in the whole world.
He's actually got Defilers from 2 different angles coming in here.
Oh, that's fantastic.
So another Dark Swarm's going to go down. Note how this is not how you normally see Dark Swarm cast. You normally see it cast on the Medic Marine. This time they're casting it on the Hydras because the Marines simply can't injure them.
Yes, it is a very different way to engage, but you're quite right. The Hydra plus Defiler is like a very funny composition because if the Marines are under there with them, they obviously don't do damage to them.
Yep. We have 1 tank over here in the upper right. Besides that, it's these Hydras and Lurkers over here now hitting the bunker, which simply cannot be healed. Oh my God, it's completely full of fire bats, which aren't going to cut it either. And I think we may be seeing the end here. I mean, this is really tough to try to break through, and Soulkey's macro is not faltered. Again, it's an unorthodox unit composition. Oh my God, that's CC! Wow.
Yeah, so this was a really well-done game by Soulkey, I have to say, because the first push that Lass came out with was super-duper scary. It just, you know,
GG.
Soulkey bought the time he needed and made it happen. He got into his Defiler tech, picked off vessels, picked off siege tanks, took only good engagements, and Soulkey wins game 1. That is a strong start to the series for him.
I mean, it's so crazy to see Soulkey handle that really unorthodox approach as a 2-port Wraith. Probably one of the oldest builds we've seen in StarCraft 1 that's come in and out, and it's been viewed as a cheese. It's been viewed as an alternative approach. And now I think we saw Lass do a really good job early on there trying to make it work, but Soulkey just handled it, got the Hydras out, played a very flexible game, and he was patient with that push. I think the moment he saw the Defilers, he should have booked it. I think even once he lost some of those tanks, he lost 3 tanks, Artosis.
Going up that hill. Like, he definitely had an army that could win. It's difficult, though. That's kind of like why Heartbreak Ridge is an interesting map, is all those changes in high to low ground. When you're actually trying to attack someone, if they keep taking high grounds against you, it gets pretty difficult, especially if you're someone who has to siege up.
So Soulkey's won the first game, and that was really a game where Soulkey was reacting to what Lass was doing. Soulkey did not go into that game saying, I'm going to go 2-hatch Hydra with speed, you know, and get a layer and then get a 3rd hatch. No. He saw what Lass was doing and had to play the reactive game, and he played it perfectly.
Yeah, it was very well done. I'm super impressed with how Soulkey's played tonight. He already looks Very strong against the quick tech openings. More strong than last time. But this was a 1-base 2-port Wraith. So it's not exactly a 1-1-1. This is kind of a very niche build, except for Leda, who uses it all the time on every map. So this doesn't tell us too much about the series, other than Soulkey is playing very well off the cuff.
Yes. I guess the question now is, besides what map is going to be picked, how is Last going to play? Last is known for being able to do a wide range of TVZ builds. But I don't know what is ideal. I don't know what Soulkey's weakness is. Whenever we watch these games, I mean, Soulkey just seems so comfortable. He seems so fluid with everything that's happening. He's the only guy I've seen who really does this Manzurg style or like using Hydra Defiler just so gracefully. I don't know. I mean, do we want to see Last try to go for a quicker command center out here?
Yes.
Try to not die to a Ling Flood and then just get into a more standard TVZ?
Yeah, I think if he does standard 1-1-1, that's going to be his best bet here against Soulkey. Okay. He's very good at that style. And, again, the 2-port Wraith, it's a build. It's a real strategy. Leda can use it to get into the round of 8, but... You know, you're bringing it up against Soulkey. I'm like, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't think we're going to see Last do that build again.
No, I would say 100%.
I just don't think it's going to happen.
Crazy
but there's a lot of variables in 1-1-1 builds. Am I correct on that for Terran? I mean, there's lots of. I mean, that's one of the things about it. Is
you can definitely go 2-port Wraith after you expand. Absolutely, yes.
Okay.
That is a viable build. It's not the best one, I don't think, but it's reasonable. So we could see something like that.
All right. Well, Circuit Breakers has been chosen here by Last. Remember, in Season 1 of KSL, the winner chose the map. In Season 2, the new rules are that the loser chooses the map. So, clearly, Last is confident that his Terran can beat a Zerg on this map. And we see that, historically, with all the Terrans and Zergs that have fought on this map in KSL and ASL, that's been the case, 25-17.
Yeah, it's still a small sample size overall, but I think it is a comfortable map for Terran. Those mineral bases don't really help Zerg, unless it's, you know, much later into the game and like the Terran's going mech or something. That can definitely be helpful. But other than that, it's almost like a wasted base, right? And so it's just kind of a big, wide open map. It's easy to place turrets and defend the different bases. You know, I find it to be quite a nice map for TVZ. So I think it's a great choice here by Last, who's just a macro monster.
Yeah, now I'm curious what Soulkey has in store here, because there's still a lot of room for Zerg to do very unusual build orders on this map. Throw that out, maybe try to take down a Terran who's playing a little bit too traditional. Anyways, let's find out what happens here in Game 2. Soulkey versus Last in this best of 7, a fight to get to the finals of the KSL.
All right, down at the bottom left, we have Soulkey. The top. Oh wait, that was the top left, not the bottom left. Wow.
I'm gonna let you wear that one, Artosis.
The best cases for the rest of the cast. People are just
now you know the trials and the tribulations.
Breathing heavily in the mic and like murmuring to myself.
Stupid.
Everyone's making threats about
The threats, they're destroying me.
Lucky it's StarCraft 1, so it probably won't make it to Reddit.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, let's see if there's anything kind of weird that we could have here from Soulkey. Soulkey's definitely okay going into the more bizarre of ZVT builds. I mean, I think this is why he's so scary. Even Jadong, I feel like we've seen him actually opt in to be a little bit more aggressive, sometimes a lot bit more aggressive in a lot of his games.
Oh,
it's
that's G-Clef holding this on.
Yeah, we paid him to do that. Yeah. Right. G-Clef, I hope you accept credit card. I didn't bring any money, but...
I have a half-filled stamp card from Starbucks. Yeah. You can have G-Clef.
Thank you, G-Clef.
Whoa. Those lips.
Oh, hold on. And he's a Space Marine.
Oh, my God. That guy had better win something.
I know. That's the best sign we've had by far.
He had better win something. He even has a vest on that lights up and blinks.
See, he came completely prepared.
Oh, my God. He's so meta. I bet you he is a full-time keyboard salesman. He just wins raffles at these events and just sells them.
There you go. Yeah.
He has his own store.
Yeah.
Wow.
That was really good.
That was badass.
Okay, so what do we got this time around? Is it Terran going for quick gas again?
11 hatch, 10 gas, 9 pool, or something like that, or 12, 11, 10, whatever. So it looks like just a pretty fast 2-hatch replay. Soulkey getting a little bit of scouting done. He's going to be able to. You can't tell 100% right now. You can because there's a factory. But I was going to say just the fact that there's no command center started yet.
Yeah,
it's a big tell that we are going to be seeing that 1-1-1 once again. I do expect a more macro-intensive one, but he's actually mining a hell of a lot of gas.
Yeah, so I think he might be going for a double starport again.
This would be shocking to me. Do you think it? Here's the thing.
He might be chalking up that last loss to a bad push, and he's like, okay, that was stupid. Let me just do this again, and I'll win.
Yeah. Okay.
It's harder to push on Heartbreak Ridge than it is on this map.
You know what's funny? All right, because I was starting to say this before, but then we were talking about something else. Now, Soulkey is actually delaying his layer. Is that what's... Okay, there it is. Anyways, in the ASL season that Flash lost, where it was a bunch of weird maps, everyone was practicing 2-port Wraith a lot, including Last. I saw Last go 2-port Wraith so many times during that, and he got so proficient with it. He was super good with the micro.
Right.
His follow-up stim bio pushes were awesome. Like, he was doing really fantastically with it. So that's one thing to keep in mind, that he's definitely practiced this a lot. This is not necessarily because of Leda. Now, Leda used this to defeat Modesty, right? Modesty, he's not like a tournament winner yet. He's up and coming still, but he is a very strong Zerg player. He's one of the top players in the ladder right now. Maybe those results have something to do with it. Maybe right now the meta is shifting a little bit, and some of these... Oh, are you kidding me? He's started a barracks there.
Whoa, 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 whoa. I didn't even see that.
So he's trying to fake a command center.
Whoa.
Oh my God, that's a big catch right there.
I don't even...
Okay, so this was for a cancel to make it look like he was building a command center and cancel.
Yeah, and it worked.
This is a wild...
This is crazy.
The level of mind game here is out of control right now. I feel like he called
oh
SOS to figure out what to do against Soulkey.
Yeah, I feel like he has SOS's head in a jar, like that thing, and it's just talking to him and telling him what to do. He put a barracks there,
and then canceled it to make it look like a canceled CC.
Sorry we didn't look for that right away, guys. That's so out there.
I have not.
I don't think I've ever seen this in my entire life.
So that cancel. I'm trying to put this together, right? Because the Vulture died right away. Does this make you think that your opponent is going regular 1-1-1?
When in fact it's actually intended one base 1-1-1. What is going on?
It doesn't cost that much to do what he did.
Right.
To make a barracks and cancel it is really not that expensive. So let's not like oversay what that is, right?
Let's oversay it. And here's the only problem, Artosis, is that well, I guess he does have enough Marines and Vultures. Maybe he can kill this one Hydra here.
Yeah.
And then he just repairs. It looks like this wouldn't be holdable by Terran, but it actually is.
Yeah,
it looks wrong, but it's so right.
This is wild right now.
I can't even believe that we just saw him do that.
I feel like what I'm watching right now, though, is Lass is so certain he's a magician.
How?
And so he's locking himself underwater with 2-port Wraiths only.
Yeah.
And eventually he's going to run out of oxygen and just die.
Yeah, I think you might be right. He might die the Houdini death here. This is... Okay, he's getting some drones here. Lass is getting a few drones. I'm sorry, the command center is slightly larger than the barracks, correct?
I believe the size is maybe slightly larger, but the rubble down there
is the same.
It will look enough the same. No one's ever compared rubble patches to try to figure out what just got canceled. That is not like something that Soulkey
okay,
is
someone needs to
practicing.
get back to us. That is so crazy.
It was definitely for the rubble is what he was doing.
Right.
I thought he was doing it so that Overlord might just check it, but the thing is, a lot of pro gamers will just click on it. The thing is, these guys all stream, so you might actually watch Soulkey's stream and just look, and he might glance at it and be like, oh, that's command center, and not click on it.
Yeah,
some
that's
pros,
a good point.
Some players, think of it yourself, guys. When you see a building, do you always click on it? Like if it's in the command center location, do you click on it to make sure? You don't have to. At the beginning of its build.
I have no idea.
The thing is, the actual building of them looks a little bit different. At times early on, I think it looks very similar.
Think about when you see a building being made there, you don't go, oh, is that something else? Like in his own location?
No, never, never.
So, I mean,
but I think it was just a rubble thing.
Yeah.
The job is too big, pup is too small.
Was the death of the Vulture intentional then?
That is something I was
to lose
thinking
the
about
Vulture?
saying, but I don't think so.
Because if he just loses the Vulture and then it's like, oh, I'm winning, then you see the command center cancel, and you're like, all right, easy mode, I know where to go. But actually, the investments were quite different.
Yeah, losing the Vulture seems so crazy, but it could be because it's like, but it could have just been surrounded too. Like I don't want to say he lost a Vulture on purpose to sell the rubble more, but it does sell the rubble more.
Yeah.
So dude, I don't know what's going on. Soulkey probably doesn't know what's going on. Last, I hope he knows what's going on.
Is this actually that good for Last, though, right now? I mean, looking at what he has, and he does have a science facility, so he can get vessels here. It looks like he is upgrading to Radiate. Soulkey has once again been pigeonholed into making Hydras in mass.
Yeah, so the question is this actually good for Last?
Yeah, I mean,
Wraith certainly did not really do anything. He obviously wants him to do something, but Soulkey keeps opening Hydra. But now there's going to be mutas out, I think.
Yeah, I think there's 6 mutas about to hatch here. There is a drone that's going to the upper right main, I believe.
Yeah.
It doesn't seem like Terran has any real map control, which is usually a theme here with the 1-1-1 build. Because they got the Vulture out and they keep him inside, but
he's prepping for mutas. The Wraith is still patrolling around and figuring out what's what. So here come the mutas. He might have a Radiate already. So
yeah. Oh, that is so sick.
Vessel. That was
wow.
That was bad that he lost that. He did not need to lose that. It seems like he really knew this was coming.
Yeah.
You can really, like, sometimes the Zerg can force the kill, but you can really drag that stuff over a lot of turrets and cause a lot of damage. I guess the Vessel got rid of 2 Scourge and like 4 mutas. So maybe it's okay. Or 3 mutas, I think.
Well, he's still got a lot more in that department, and more Hydras are coming down here. Now, I'm still not clear on the math on what you can hold over here at the entrance. I mean, when you have Mass Lings, Mass Hydras, and mutas, what else can you actually do here? He's actually going to go for these turrets, which I really like.
Yeah, if you kill the Vessel and they're really low on Marine Medic, it's like you can't really stop mutas with just Marines. That doesn't work.
Yeah, I mean, the other factor as well is that, like, you never get the barracks started up now, or not right away. So you can't get that massive amount. I feel like the mutas, they have to be matched with the Marines. I mean, turrets hold them, Irradiate can hold them, but you need Marines in high numbers, and this is way too easy for these mutas to just take out these Marines. Am I right?
Yeah. I mean, look at this. The amount of damage he's doing is insane. Now he can pick off Siege Shanks. Oh, my God. Eventually, Irradiate will come out. Like, Last is not 100% dead.
But dude,
it is a 2-base Zerg, so there is always a chance when it's 2-base Zerg.
No, I think if he gets this tank or toast, I think the Hydras can suddenly come in and just start shrekking.
I think you might get very surprised by how good Repair is against Hydras.
Yeah, maybe I'm wrong. Let's see here.
Oh, he has to get down there. Repair that
the bunker's empty. Oh, no. What, has got 1 Marine in there?
Super surprised he didn't go right for the bunker for Repair. Super surprised about that. I don't know why the hell his SCVs just sat there.
Okay, so it looks like Soulkey might be taking this game as well. Now, again, it is a 2-base Zerg. It's not like Zerg has a lot behind this. But, I mean, the fact that this is going to be forced up. How many barracks are now inside the main for Last?
I'm not
like 2 or something?
Sure. I think it's 2. And then he lifted this very, very slowly as well.
Look at this. This is like a composition you'd see in StarCraft 1 from Zerg, just to point this out.
Yeah.
This is like so crazy. And look, he's going to get this last tank. There's just not enough here to save this. GG. Soulkey is a god.
Yeah, no, I mean, Soulkey playing really well.
Now, let us point out that that was very cool to see. Wow.
I don't know what that rubble thing was, but it was neat. Okay, Last. Maybe you stop trying to be a globetrotter now.
Yeah, I think he needs to go for a more straight-up play. He
chose circuit breakers, and that had to all be an elaborate trick because that was his first map choice, and it's a good TVZ map. So the fact that he chose to do a 1-base build on a good macro TVZ map, I don't know, man.
A lot of times it seems like these mind games don't really work on Soulkey.
Yeah.
Like, Last comes out and says, haha, now you got to make Hydras the whole time. And Soulkey makes Hydras and kills them. It's like, oh. Okay. We're going to go to a break, guys. We'll be right back.
체력이 50대까지 떨어진 해철이가 살았을 때 이 방청석에서의 환호, 그리고 깨졌을 때 탄식. 자, 모두 이봉규 선수와 팬 여러분들이 함께하고 계십니다. 자, 5시와 1시고요. 김민철 선수가 1시입니다. 오버로드는 다 서쪽으로 출발했습니다.
네, 에디 같은 경우에는 거리가 너무 멀어서 초반보다는 사실 중반을 좀 바라보는데 김민철 선수가 3연속 구드론을 했기 때문에 이번 에디에서도 또 한 번 구드론을 할지 그것도 봐야지 될 것 같네요.
네. 할 것 같은 느낌이 저는.
이번에도 한다면은 진짜 그냥 무한 자신감인 거예요.
또 저 저글링이
성큰이 좀
네, 이게 어떠한 게
같은데요?
있었냐면 저 저글링 한 마리가 라바에서 드론이 나오는 걸 봤거든요.
예.
그러다 보니까 김민철은 꾸준히 저글링을 찍고 있었기에 지체 없이 공격을 선택을 하는 거고요.
자, 송호전
네,
한번
이거
들어가는데요.
성큰이 살짝 늦긴 했고 저 성큰 자체가
네.
사실 어마어마한 자원이거든요. 저 성큰을 짓고 원래는 드론을 나와야 되는데 드론이 아니라 저글링 계속 나온다. 사실 그럼 성큰 진 의미가 사라질 수도 있습니다.
스파이어 테크 벌써 지금 김민철 선수랑 가고
네.
있는데요. 여기 지금
김민철 선수도 계속 저글링 찍고 있나요 혹시? 앞마당 쪽이나 드론으로.
드론.
그렇죠. 성큰이 있기 때문에 굳이 저글링을 찍어주는 것은 이몽규 선수를 좀 도와주는 행동이기 때문에
예.
저글링으로 살짝 압박만 주고 아무래도 이몽규 선수 입장에선 저글링을 계속 찍어올 수도 있다라는 압박감이 있어서 마찬가지로 저글링을 찍어주는데 그 틈을 이용해서 본인은 드론 생산.
네, 저런 운영을 할 때는 여러 가지 이제 운영법이 있긴 하지만 그 중에 첫 번째가 이제 발업을 안 하고 발업이 안 된 대신에 성큰을 짓고 그 자원으로 드론 이런 것도 있긴 하는데 저글링 한 게 정신이 팔려가지고
그러니까요.
네, 이몽규 선수가 좀 원하는 그림은 아니었어요 사실.
그것도
근데
합리화예요.
김민철 선수가 이걸 알고 있습니다.
예.
네, 성큰 짓고 드론 찍는 걸 알기 때문에 본인도
네.
계속 저글링을 찍기보다는 드론을 한 3-4개 정도 찍고 투가스를 찍을 정도로만.
그렇죠.
네, 그러면 뮤탈 스콜지 쭉쭉 나오거든요.
자, 저글링 빠져나갔습니다. 세시함 쪽 지나고 있는 파란색 저글링.
성큰이 있는데 김민철 선수 저글링이 빠져 있을 필요가 없죠.
네.
자.
줄. 네.
네, 성큰이 있기 때문에 김민철도 저글링이 돌아오는 건 좋아 보이긴 하는데 모든 거를 계속해서 다 보고 있었기 때문에 그냥 자신감이 있었나 보네요.
이번에는 잡혔습니다. 자,
근데
다시
이몽규도
또-
저글링이
예,
합류가 되면은
자,
이거
숫자 차이
많아요,
좀,
숫자.
숫자 차이가 좀 나기 때문에
네, 이거
자,
멀티태스킹
안쪽
걸죠 이몽규.
본진으로 자 드론 잡았고 본진으로
지금,
저글링.
네.
이몽규 멀티태스킹 걸었어요.
자, 김민철이 좀 놓쳤던 부분은
예.
상대 라바가 저글링으로 찍히는 것을 좀 놓쳤던 것 같은데.
이몽규 이거 멀티태스킹
앞마당,
싸움에서
앞마당.
지금 이거 이기고 있는데요 이몽규가.
자, 누가 더 멀티태스킹 강한지 보자라고 지금 유발하고 있는 이몽규 선수입니다.
네.
근데 이게 드론을
예.
잡았기 때문에
예.
어차피 저글링을 다 죽지만 않으면 성큰이 있기 때문에 버틸 수 있다 이거거든요. 자, 이몽규가 지금 계속해서
업그레이드를
공격적으로
찍었나요?
하는 게, 네.
업그레이드가 지금
아직 노업.
둘다 누워.
노업.
네.
저기 계속 시비를 거는 게.
자, 믿고.
와 이거
많이 잡혔어요.
많이
지금.
막혔어요.
많이 막혔어요. 이러면은 빼야죠.
8마리.
이몽규는 지금 당장 싸울 필요 없죠. 스커지
오.
추가되면 다시 싸우면 더 유리한 싸움 할 수 있죠.
11마리.
네, 이제는 슬슬 업그레이드가 될 시간이 됐습니다. 바로 찍었다라면
예. 아직 노업. 둘 다. 자, 누가 먼저 움직이는지.
이거는 이몽규 선수가 일단 스포를 한번 지어봤던 것은
예.
본인이 유리하다는 판단이 섰던 것 같아요. 그래서 오는 것만 막으면 되겠다 싶었는데 지금 뭔가 생각을 해보니까 그 정도는 아니구나 하고 다시 취소를 한 모습이죠.
자,
네.
스커지 대규모 스커지 때가 일단은 남하하고 있습니다.
네,
노업.
저게 스콜지가 부대 단위로 넘어가 버리면요 사실 다 컨트롤하기 힘들어요.
그렇겠죠.
그래서
예.
스콜지를 펼쳐놓고 싸우는 게 좋긴 합니다.
네, 김민철은 들어갈 생각이 있는 것 같죠.
예.
스컬지의 양을 봐서는
아직
갑니다.
아니네. 자,
스콜지 스콜지를 어떻게 잘
둘 다 노업.
자, 스콜지
자,
저 긴장. 자, 옆.
스콜지가
진짜 많아요. 진짜 많아요.
스커지가
야,
포토 쪽으로 얼마 놓고 박지르냐 폰에 몰아놓고
스콜지 다 막혀요.
너무 많이 박혔는데요, 이몽규.
야 이몽규 스콜지 다 막혔어요 지금.
지금 너무 많이 박혔죠. 와.
예. 숫자가 되게 많이 차이가
네,
나요.
지금
다
스콜지가 다 막혀서.
예, 이거 컨트롤에서
어떡하죠?
이몽규 선수가 완전히 압도당했어요.
근데 스콜지가 눈으로 봐도 이몽규 선수의 뮤탈에 다 갖다 꽂혀서 뮤탈을 순식간에
김민철이 참고 참았던 한 방으로
예.
4강 진출 눈앞에 뒀습니다.
자, 정말 4세트 무패 6승 무패라고 말씀드렸는데 7승 9패까지 됩니까? 이거 어려워요.
와. 야, 이거는 이봉규 선수가 비탈리스크 균형에서 무너졌기 때문에 이건 역전 안 나옵니다.
와.
네,
역전 안 나와요.
극복할 드론이 죽어나가고 있습니다.
와, 김민철의 4세트는 승리의 4세트네요.
어서블 공일업까지
GG!
김민철 선수 2회 연속 KSL에서 4강 진출을 확정짓는 철벽 김민철.
네, 김민철 선수가 마지막 한방 싸움에서 스콜지 컨트롤.
All right, time for the important question. How many people are going to try on the ladder to put a barracks over where the command center is supposed to be and also lose like last did and be doing it without even being sure why exactly it's
everyone
happening?
who does it is going to lose with it because the ladder, I mean, this is only something that theoretically can even work against the very smartest players on
that's
Earth.
like, don't try this at home, kids.
Like, I can't even really figure out. I think he was just trying to trick him into thinking, oh, I can just make, like, lings here or something, or
We haven't figured it out.
Man. I don't know.
We don't know yet. But I really appreciate the effort. However, I think that last at this point in time, he needs to probably do something more basic.
Yeah.
Just get the command center up. Be ready for all ins, because Soulkey will try them. And just get into a standard macro game here.
Yeah.
I would say out of all the players that can play the obtuse ZVT, it's actually Soulkey. He never has a hard time with us. I don't know why, if he just understands the balance of drones versus hydras and how when he needs to halt teching versus when he needs to go back and do it. We don't get to cast a lot of these kind of games, you know, because this is...
These two builds, man, like 2 Port Wraith on 1 base. Look, I know some people really like it, especially Leda.
Yeah.
But it doesn't feel like it's something that should work. Do you know what I mean? You're like, well, I have this 1 base build where I just steal 1 base forever.
It doesn't feel like it should work over and over and over again.
Oh, yes.
It feels like
anything can work
It's
once.
like a curveball build where the guy goes, what? And the Wraiths start doing damage, and then the Zerg is, on the wrong footing, doesn't adapt correctly, maybe doesn't have that much experience with it.
Sure.
But I mean...
But it's
not,
I
mean, I think there's I don't know.
There's a reason why the actual standard meta has never been anywhere near this, and Leda's the only player that does it a lot. There's reasons for that, okay?
The meta is always
Leda's
changing.
not a
We've been
tortured
seeing new
genius that figured it out years ago, and no one's listened to him. That's not what it is.
Well, let's see what happens here in Game 3, because Game 3, this actually could be the most important game here for just seeing what kind of build orders last Elixir. Because what if he does it again, and it's like, what?
Oh, if he goes 2 Port Wraith one more time.
What?
Yeah.
And then,
I'm gonna walk around
and loses
and unplug
and I
everything.
Go, oh, yeah.
Everything here. All the production equipment, the computers, their mice. I'm going to unplug everything, Taste. Those people are going to be charging their iPhones. I unplug them. That's going to be it. No
Wow.
more 2 Port.
You are such a mad lad. I mean, dude. I know. I mean, okay. And he picks Fighting Spirit. Okay. Now, Fighting Spirit, it can definitely offer for some powerful, TVZ, excuse me. We saw Last really go out on a limb here and do one of the most abstract things we've seen, I think, all year in StarCraft 2. Just putting that barracks at the command center. That's not going to happen again in the series. Mark my words.
Well, that was truly bizarre. I hope that someone says something about this. Like,
thing is, I feel like you can only
this,
have that out once every few years in a tournament scene, because once everybody sees that, they go, oh, well, every time you see that, you're going to, when you're scouting their base, you see an expansion, you're going to think of that and click on it and be like, yep.
You never cancel it anyways. It's just like, if you have a Voltron, you just make another one when you
He's
lose.
dusting the old nerd off of his hands. Time to take out this Gosu with my Gosu hands, Artosis. I messed it up. We got to go into the game because I'm not putting any more.
You know, Tasteless, the more I think about it, you might be right that he meant to lose the Vulture because you'll never cancel the command center. If you lose the Vulture and you're making an add-on, you can look at that and say, oh, he'll just kill the command center?
He keeps the Vulture alive and kills all the lings, and the barracks finishes. He's like, huh. He picks it up and lands it in his main. Okay.
I love it. I love it.
When life gives you lemons.
And he stopped constructing it before it got too big that you could tell it was a barracks easily. Okay, 8 racks time. Wow, last. You're really treating us tonight, aren't you?
Yeah. All right. Well, I am, you know, we saw how last won and last KSL. Oh, whoa. These are so good.
People are really making great signs.
This is getting crazy. Now, I have to say, though, I'm surprised Lass is doing something a little bit risky.
Well, you know what? It's a single 8 racks. I think it will be an 8 racks 1-on-1, which is actually quite a nice build. It's pretty powerful, right? Like, you go up to 1 starport and then your command center, generally. But, I mean, obviously you're scouting what Zerg does, and you can play a bit reactively. I think it's not a bad call. Like, it's a pretty good build, but Soulkey has the best spot to defend against it.
Yeah, that's actually a good point. He's in the ideal spawn here.
He's about as far away as you can get.
Yeah, cross spots just it's a 2/3 advantage. I mean, 2 out of 3 times the other player is closer to you. But this time, fortune is on Soulkey's side. Let's also find out when exactly Soulkey identifies what Lass is doing.
Yeah, and how you defend this is very, very important. And I'm excited to see if he does get the gas. I really think he is going to. Because he, like, I mean, you can do an A-Rax just into a Marine build with an expansion and stuff. You definitely can. But I think that the best form of a single 8-Rax goes into the 1-1-1. I feel like that's the strongest way to do it. Because, like, not only are you forcing them to pull some drones and make some early lings, but then they have to make a sunken too. And it just kind of, it messes with their economy in a lot of ways. Okay, so here we go. The rush is going to commence. And we're going to, like, this drone is coming out, so he feels this. He has a pretty good idea what's going on. He sees that SCV, he knows.
Dude, he's so good.
Yeah, Soulkey's all right.
Yeah. Now the drones are positioned down here so they can try to flank if they need to. Because, see, the rest of the drones are going to come up here to mine. So the idea is that the drones can body block.
Okay, look at this. He's actually, okay, he had him on a drill. I think it's good to take them off the drill for now.
He has vision of the mineral patches inside the Terran's main with his scouting drone, too, because you need to do the worker drill.
It's important to know when to drill and when not. Because
yeah, there's a real art form to this.
If you drill, they are going to dance when they stop drilling, so that can make it very difficult. Okay, so this is to catch more Marines coming down.
Yeah.
It looks like he should be able to get a bunker up, so we might need to see a sunken.
Yeah, I actually thought we were going to have a sunken a little bit earlier, but I guess not. Oh, man, coming in there and doing some damage to those links. The other links to the main haven't come down here to meet up yet.
He hasn't killed a drone yet, somehow.
Oh, my God. Oh, my God. This is the greatest thing I've ever seen.
Are you kidding me?
Oh, my God.
That was insane.
I'm going home. I can't take it anymore. These are too good.
Sharp is watching right now, and he's like, uh-oh.
I can't. These games are too good. I can't cast them. Listen, take my caster badge, okay? I had to make a decision.
Dude.
That was so perfectly done.
That was insane.
I can't take it.
That was insane. To cover all of that.
I need an ambulance. I need an ambulance to come take me to the hospital. Okay.
Oh my gosh.
I'm going to be the first caster to die from games like this.
Oh my God.
I don't even know what's going on, guys.
Crazy.
That was so crazy good. That was so perfectly done.
Jeez.
What is going on? Okay, so this game's not done yet. The rush was thwarted there, but now we have I think he's going to land the barracks up here to get a wall set up, and I think from here we're going to go into a more macro game. I just can't believe how good Soulkey was with that drone drill.
Yeah, well,
that is so hard to do.
Just surround on the bunker to block the Marines from getting in just before they could was so wildly strong. God. What a good player.
Yeah, I mean, that was so gracefully handled.
Yeah.
And it was such a complex situation with so many moving parts. And drones, when drilling, in attempts to block units in open areas, are actually impossibly difficult to use.
Yeah.
Marines are actually much more fluid when moving than drones when you're drilling, because the drones bounce off of each other. They dance,
stop,
yeah, I just can't believe that went that well. Usually what happens in that rush, guys, is that a lot of drones are killed. A lot of damage is distributed in a lot of different ways to the Zerg.
Yeah.
And then the Terran goes back and expands, and the Zerg is there picking up the pieces.
But this defense was fantastic. His drone count looks very strong. Of course, when you fail this and they have a good amount of links left over, you do have to do things like make that bunker, which slows everything else down. Soulkey is pretty on point for his 2 hatchery play right now. He's even adding that third macro hatch, which I really, really like. He's not dedicating himself to getting necessarily damage done, but Last is going to be in a position where it's like, yeah, he has some Marine Medic, but he doesn't have that many barracks. He's going to have to start making a bunch of turrets and everything, and, you know, he's just kind of, he's definitely playing from a deficit right now. It's not an unplayable position, but when you're going for Marine Medic play against Soulkey, who in my opinion is the best player in the world against this,
yeah,
I think it's just it'll be a tough one. He needs to get some good moves off, I guess.
What'd he do to you? That SCV was leaving. He's like, Soulkey's too good. I got to get out of here. I'm going to go to another map. I'll see you guys on Aztec, and then Marine's turn and just killed him.
Like, it must have had a parasite on it. Oh, wait, no, he doesn't have a queen.
Sorry, guys. This game is so hard to follow. Wow, man. He's just so good. Okay, I think you're totally right, by the way, Artosis, that Soulkey is like the best at just Medic Marine combinations. This might be why we're seeing Last try to play a really unorthodox best of 7, at least so far.
Yeah. I mean, 8 racks, I think it's fine to mix this in. It's just, I'm surprised it did as little as it did.
Oh, looks like the Lings are going to be able to slip by here. Nice body blocking, though, with that, the fire bat there. These Lings do come in.
Yeah, and they'll be a little bit annoying, but they shouldn't get too much done.
Okay, so this is cleaned up fairly easily, and that means that Last is going to be able to turn around. But Soulkey definitely getting some confirmation on exactly where this game is and what the tech is looking like. It should be noted, Soulkey is going to expand in the upper right.
Yes.
Now, there is one burden that Terran has in cross spots, is that you know Zerg's going to take another main.
Yeah.
You just don't know which one.
Yeah, that's a really good point. And, I mean, obviously it can be a mind game if you're in, like, vertical or horizontal spawns where you could take the one closer to them. But, yeah, in this situation, it's kind of funny because you want to scan their hatches at home to see what they're making. You know, see, are they going quick hive? Do they have a Hydralisk Den? Do they have an evolution chamber? But then you might not know where that base is. So it is kind of a tricky aspect of playing cross-map.
Okay, Muta's coming up now. It's paramount that Last actually holds this without suffering too much loss. He already has some Marines here to try to draw some fire. Muta already being taken out.
Yeah,
actually, these missiles are looking great here for Last.
Very well-placed turrets for sure. But you see how many he's had to make and how few barracks he has. I guess he's up to 3 racks right now, and I think he has his factory. So that's good at least. He's trying to get his tech moving forward right now.
Soulkey is racing towards a Queen's Nest now. To get that hive up as quickly as possible with a third hatchery in the upper right main there. There's going to be enough gas to actually support Defiler tech, which is the staple tech for late game ZVT.
Yeah, and we see a tank actually being made.
You know, there's also just want to point out, there's also a chance that there's some kind of a Guardian rush. I don't think it's going to happen, but just it's possible. Whenever you see the hive coming up and there's lots of mutas, especially when the starport's like a little bit late, like it is right now. Starport's not even done yet. There's always the chance that you could just have them just dive onto Greater Spire. And that's intended to end the game very quickly. It's not intended to let you last. Okay, this is horrible.
Yeah.
This is bad. For Terran.
Yeah.
It's great if you're Zerg.
Thank you for that.
It's all about perspective, guys. Just never forget that.
No, I think everyone's confused. They're like, yeah, no, this looks terrible for Zerg. Now he's killing all the units.
Yeah, well, I'm glad I clarified that.
Yeah. It's interesting that an armory is being made right now, and I wonder if that is to add in a Valkyrie here, or is it because Last may want to go into mech from here? I'm not entirely sure.
I think it's a Valkyrie.
I think so.
Okay. This actually is going to end before I think we even get to Defiler tech. With the Mutas and the Lings here in the main, that's like all you need to do. There's no turrets here to help cover. These medics are just healing each other like, oh, there's no hope. GG.
All right. Well, I feel like at this point we can officially say that Last is off his game a little bit, at least. Like, Soulkey is playing like a god. There's no doubt there. But some of these moves, like his Marine Medic group being out too far in the front and losing it, that's just like a brain fart, you know? Like,
look at Soulkey.
Terrans don't do that.
You guys watch this, Artosis. Soulkey just dusting his hands off.
Oh, God.
He's got nerd dust on him.
He definitely has nerd dust on him because he just punched Last so hard that he turned into dust. And, of course, he's a nerd, so that would be nerd dust.
That's how you get, You make Nerdose out of jocks? No.
No, of
Why
course
would
not.
you ask that? I am so surprised that the games are looking like this. But let's not forget what happened yesterday.
Yeah,
comeback
we
did
could have
happen
the
for Rain.
3-0 here from last. And then Soulkey wins the last game.
Man, these games are not looking very close. I mean, these are really...
Okay, 2-port Wraith, 2-port Wraith.
These
Those
are-
games don't count. They don't count.
Oh, okay, that's good.
They don't count.
What about the one where he did the 8 wrecks and
that
got
one
wrecked by the
counts.
workers?
We're going to count that one.
And then Lings and Mutas got over the barracks.
yeah, that one.
And it was just medics healing each other until
okay.
they ran
So
out
we
of
had
energy and
we
died.
had a painful game and 2 games that didn't count, Tasteless. Okay.
Okay.
So Soulkey starts up 1-0,
Yeah.
but he also has 2-0 that we gave him before the day started. Okay, so Soulkey only needs to win 1 map, basically, is where we're at.
Okay.
And Last has to win 4 maps. So, I mean, it's
Okay.
tough. You have to 4-0 from here as Last, but he only lost 1 real game.
Wow, that's like the glass is half full, but in fact there is no glass and no liquid is really what you just did there.
In fact, I was squeezing glass too hard, and it broke, and now my hand is bleeding is what that was.
Yeah. I'm hoping that Last is going to do something at least more standard, right? What was that in my face? That?
It's just the tastelessisms. I love it.
I hope that we're going to see a game that's going to have something more standard because I feel like Last is so good at just more of a normal TVZ, and he's not doing it. And we're not getting to the point in any of these games where Terran is in a healthy condition.
Yeah.
Into late game. Maybe
even
we
close.
kind of had it. Maybe we had it in game 1, except that then all the tanks died when he came out.
Yeah, that's true. Okay, that's fair. He was in a healthy
This court is
position
making me
there.
crazy, man.
Get out of here. Get out of here.
Teach this court who's boss.
Yeah.
I think he's going to lose, man.
Well, I mean, that keeps us away from the TVT final, Tasteless. Could have a ZVT final.
I know there's all these Last fans yelling at their monitor. No, Tasteless. I don't know, guys. That's what I'm thinking. Tasteless, you can't. I can. And I did.
Tasteless can think whatever he wants. Or
And
whatever I
will.
want.
Yeah.
Elephant, Tasteless. Oh, look at that. You're thinking about an elephant. I control
Get
you.
out of my mind. Okay, in the way of an Eddie. Look, he's dusting it off. Get that nerd off his shoulder.
Well, he's got so much Terran blood on his hands.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Last sitting here. Don't even think about revenge, Soulkey.
Lass is just frozen. He's like, this is horrible.
Yeah, this is about the worst start you can have, right? 0-3, and they were kind of bad.
Yeah, I mean, this is, I don't know, guys.
So he's chosen Eddie as the next map. So he's just doing a lot of big 4-player maps. I mean, here's the thing. Circuit Breakers is probably the best one for Terran, then Fighting Spirit, and then Eddie. So, yeah, I'm nervous right now for our Terran player, for the defending champ. God, I really wanted that TVT Finals too, Tasteless.
Yeah, well, that was very selfish of you, Artosis.
I know.
Soulkey, we've been saying for a long time, this is our chance to finally look like we're right about something.
Yeah.
Saying Soulkey was going to get to the finals and maybe win the whole thing. We were only wrong, I think, 5 other tournaments to eventually get this to this point.
Well, you wait until Sharp just practices his ass off for a week and beats Soulkey, and we're like, I don't know,
As they
man.
say, a broken Casher duo is right 1 out of every 6 seasons of StarCraft tournaments.
That is
That
actually
is
what they say.
Yeah, that's what they say, you know.
They being us.
Yeah. All right, guys. The violins are playing. That means we got to go into game. Good luck, Last. Leave him alone, Soulkey.
Quality meme.
Leave him alone, you bad man. Let him win 1 game.
That's funny.
You're not allowed to get Ling speed this game, Soulkey. It's like, what are you talking about? Get out of here. This is a
Of
tournament.
course I'm going to get Ling
I'm not
speed.
playing my little cousin on Thanksgiving. This is a tournament. This is my job.
Yeah.
But I like Last more than you. That doesn't matter.
It's like, do you even know me? How would you judge that?
I judge it off arbitrary facts I read about on the internet. Uh-oh. Wait, when did he send that out? I wasn't paying attention.
Oh, man, this is an 8-Rax.
Okay.
You don't ever send an SCV unless it's
He's
an
going to
8-Rax.
steal his gas.
It's hard to do an 8-Rax because this thing
Where he
right
gets to
here
the
is
middle of the map. He's
unbuildable.
like, oh my god, I can't build here. Oh, look here.
So is that where
I
you build
found
it? I guess one fits there. Oh, okay. I actually wasn't aware of that.
He makes a command center. I'm like, wow, this is really meta, man.
Like, there's not.
Then
he
he's going
thinks
to
it's
cancel the
fighting spirit.
He makes a command center there, and then he cancels it, and then
you thought it was a Rax.
Yeah, exactly. He thought it was a Rax.
Oh my god.
Oh,
damn.
That is sick. Is that Sarah Kerrigan's hair though?
I'm not sure what it was.
Because of a Hydralisk get too.
Looked buggy though. Oh my god, it's a pull first.
Of course.
Dude. Soulkey just reading him.
This is crazy.
Oh. This is a sneaky snake build.
Okay.
Because that barracks is much more normally timed up at the top. When he scouts it, it will look normal. So I think what we're going to see here is a very random timing where a bunch of Marines suddenly hit Soulkey's base, and he's like, where the hell did those Marines come from?
Exactly. I mean, I want to point this out. This is not what we saw in the previous game at all. At all. Totally different idea, different strategy. And despite the early pool, which generally if you see a barracks in the middle of the map and then you look at the Zerg space and you see a pool before a hatchery, you say, oh, okay, Zerg's actually going to be okay. This might still not be okay.
You know that movie like The Fly or whatever, where it's like this old 50s movie and a man and a fly like combined?
Yeah.
Okay, so I think what happened here is Last was trying to practice for Soulkey, right? And so he like asked Shine to help him practice, and then Shine's like, "Oh, sure, yeah." And then SOS was over Shine's house because they know each other and stuff, and maybe they're friends. And then they went into that machine, and Shine and SOS got mixed together and gave him these weird builds. That's what I think, Taste.
Oh, I like that. I really like that. That's actually really fun. That's actually so funny, I can't even quite laugh at it. I have to just nod my head.
Thanks, Tasteless. Yeah. Thank you for the pity. That's so funny, I can't even laugh at it. I appreciate that.
No, I like it. It's good.
So,
more Lings are coming out here. I think you got layer before Ling Speed, right?
Yeah.
It has to be, right?
For sure. So this is like, I've never seen this, but I think that Last can maybe do something here.
Well, look at the positioning here for Last. This is also interesting. I think he can actually wedge a yeah, there it is. Wedge a bunker in there.
Ooh, how are you going to stop that? He's like, with a sunken, you idiot. Oh, okay. Sorry, Soulkey.
Yeah, let's look at this. There's more Lings headed northbound, though. Did he cancel the layer, by the way?
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
I think it would be really weird to cancel the layer. Oh, you better get those Marines inside the base.
Oh, hold on. Lings are coming back now.
Well, he needs to get the... Does he have to put the SCVs behind the bunker? Because they'll get targeted.
Yeah, he has to put them behind the bunker.
But they can get... the SCVs will get targeted then if they're...
How do you... Is there a way to glitch it so that you can just hit the SCVs from behind with the sunk? I know that sometimes you see sunks fire.
Oh my god. A messed up repair there, but he was going to lose that bunker anyways. So he's forced a sunken and like a bunch of Lings. This isn't any good.
No, this is the worst thing
so
ever. And look at the Marine spawn on the outside.
Last is incredibly all in. All he can do from here is just make a bunch of bio and go. Okay, Soulkey didn't start his Spire. That is the golden line.
Is there any viability about making lurkers here? Or pushing down on the low ground?
Oh, that's an interesting idea.
Because he doesn't. He's not able to mine that much gas. Yeah.
You could go lurker, but I think you go Muta. Just because like one base can't deal with Muta unless you have Vessel. Like Marine Medic, you'll just out micro that on 2 bases. You make enough sunken so it can never break you. It's not that hard to do. Like, in fact, in this type of all-in, I once played Effort in a tournament many years ago.
Yeah.
And so I faked like I was making an expansion with a wall like that and went like 4 racks Marine Medic, and he just kept checking up on me and making sunks, man. It's just like you keep adding sunkens like linearly.
Yeah, yeah.
And you'll have like
it's like the very old TVZ style or the ZVT style where it's like, no, I've got like 7 sunken colonies here.
Yeah.
And then I'm eventually going to have mutas out here.
The bio, you're just looking at it and you're like, damn, you're still making your muta count and stuff, and I'm like, only have 1 command center. There's not a lot to do from there, you know?
Yeah. Looks like he's going to throw down the eBay here. We're going to finally have that barracks get back home. Now, the Spire is almost done. There is going to be 600 gas banked here for Soulkey. and 600 minerals. So he's immediately going to have 6 meters out here. And it makes a huge difference, guys. If you didn't get the command center right away, it's really hard to come out ahead here.
Yeah.
I mean, this is the reason why almost all RTS games, the openers are hinged around trying to get an expansion up right away or kill their expansion right away.
Yeah.
Or
they're bad RTS games.
Yeah.
Man, like the meters are making right now, he does not have range.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
That is such a small group of bio. Last is just getting 4-0'd, man. That's it. There's no way.
I mean, and Soulkey made this look easy. I have to wonder what Sharp is thinking watching
Oh,
this.
this is funny. He's goofing on him now.
Oh, wow.
He should sunken push him.
This is hard. He probably wants to get that grip of Marines and medics back pretty quickly because it's not hard. Without range, you could just, for days, fly around here and hit the edges of this.
Yeah, it's pretty hard to
Even
micro
with
against
Stim, it's just like not that hard.
You can, like, damage the mutas some, but, like, the mutas will, like, someone like Soulkey will whale you down.
Yeah.
You need that range. He's, like, adding some turrets. He's still making the bio, so there's still, like, a small chance that Soulkey messes up here.
Yeah, that +1 attack for Marines is on the way. I think this is the beginning of the end here. The Marine count is being whittled down again. There's still enough lings on the ground. There's probably plenty more being made back home. And GG, Soulkey has 4-0'd the former KSL champion.
That was a bashing right there. I think Last might be, you know, regretting his choices of strategies here tonight.
You know, he came in prepared, but not in the right way. Not in a way to beat Soulkey. He put a lot of thought into these builds. He put a lot of love and hard work into them. But Soulkey swatted him down so easy. By the way, each of these games was just Soulkey reacting to what Last did. That goes to show you why he is the most fearsome Zerg there is. Is that this guy can play, and that's what Zerg is ultimately in a lot of ways, is a reactive race. I mean, man.
Yeah, I'm still surprised by the strategies chosen by Last. And I feel like the execution of everything was a little bit off, too. I think he was just off tonight in more ways than one. And unfortunately, that series was just not that good. Soulkey crushes, so that's cool. And we have a ZBT Finals, which is always fun.
Yeah, I love my ZBT Finals, man. Everybody loves that matchup. Also, very hard to tell who's going to win. I mean, Sharp looks good, but God, Soulkey was just... He was so godlike in this play, man. It was just crazy.
Yeah. Well, congrats to Soulkey. He finally makes the finals of a big StarCraft 1 tournament. And he'll be going up against Sharp, someone who he's never had too much trouble eliminating. So it seems like it's favored towards Soulkey, but you can't be underestimating that other Terran player.
Okay, we're going to have that interview in a moment here with translator GM G-Clef telling us what's going on in that interview. I wonder, I'm really hoping we get to ask a question about that barracks that was disguised as a command center, kind of hiding in plain sight.
Yeah, I'd be surprised if she doesn't be like, did you realize what was going on there?
He's
like, yeah, I knew that Last was bad before the series started.
Okay. I think that interview is ready now, guys. So let's see how Soulkey's feeling getting to his finals for the first time in the KSL, where he'll be facing off against Sharp, our Terran player who defeated Rain 4-3.
Yes.
KSL Season 2, we have the second finalist. Congratulations, Soulkey. We have a lot of fans. The audience, you've got your revenge against Last. How do you feel? Did not know I was going to have a 4-0. It was somewhat lucky, and I got a lot of good games today. And it feels like I can do the same in the finals. Having some good, successful games. Did you have some confidence? What did you think about your win rate today? I had the feeling that I was gonna win, but not a 4-0. What were some of the reasons behind your confidence? I had a really good prep coming into today's match, And that's just the feeling that I had coming. I kind of had the idea that I was going to win. Or did you kind of focus on your preparations? In the TVZ, there are lots of things that the Terran can do, and just except for 1-1-1 build. And I actually had some specific strategies against the 1-1-1 because I was having some tough time on that. I had light and also flash to get ready for today. Not really playing too many games, but I talked a lot about the strategy, and flash actually helped me preparing a lot of the strategy against last today. And the builds actually came together for me in a lot of better ways. So I got lucky in that too. So did you actually go Hydras thinking about 1-1-1? Yeah, I was thinking about the 1-1-1 build, and just thinking about that makes the game so much easier for me when I play, especially the first game. Did you expect the doubles starport coming out from last? I didn't really think about the double starport with the command center. You think it's a command center? No, it was not a command center. Was it not a command center? It was actually barracks. Yeah, I did not know. I actually did not know. I thought that was a command center. You think you had some mind games or advantages? I think I won the mind games. But today I think I just got really lucky with the games. As he had the forward, the proxy, but it was also he did it in the diagonal section, which was far away from me in game 3. So I got really lucky on that too. And now another Terran player is awaiting for you in the final, Sharp. I defeated him. I beat him before with 3-1. And I've really good matches on the ZVT. And I'm going to practice against Flash again. So it should be just a good matchup for me. And this is your first finals ever. Do you want to have some final good shout outs to your fans? And for all the fans who are rooting for me all the time, I was feeling kind of sorry because I never really made it all the way. But I'll think of this one as my last chance and have my best shot in the finals. It's going to be a heck of ZVT. Congratulations, and see you in the finals. Let's go back to Tastoses.
I can't believe that okay, so he did not know about the barracks.
I guess it worked last, kind of.
I mean, he got tricked. It goes to show you at the highest level of play, you can actually deceive somebody like that. But now I almost wish we could interview last and be like, okay, so what is that supposed to do? Besides, obviously, tricking them into thinking that command is canceled. But like, what exactly does that get you?
Yeah,
I don't know.
I mean, a 4-0. It happens. I hope that the finals is a lot closer. Soulkey obviously has the best practice partners he can ask for in Flash and Light.
Yeah.
Going up against Sharp. We'll see who Sharp pulls to his side of the ring to help him practice. But that finals is going to be 8 days from today.
Yes, it's going to be on Saturday. It goes live at 4 p.m. I'm sorry, do you remember the name of it? Well, there'll be a graphic over here.
University.
Gwangwon University. And you need to buy tickets in advance. Do not
do it soon.
Do not wait.
It's important.
You need to have tickets. Don't buy an airplane ticket and come down here and then be surprised when you can't get in. Because this happens every time we have a finals. But if you can get in, get the ticket, get that airplane ticket, get your hotel. It's going to be an awesome experience. And it's the last StarCraft event of the entire year.
Yeah. As far as big stuff goes, that is for certain.
Yeah.
So it's been a great KSL season. I think our finals is fantastic. We have the up-and-coming Sharp, who's been such a hard worker, and we have the super talented Soulkey. we knew was going to finally make a
Yeah.
finals. Make sure that
Finally.
you watch it.
Again, guys, you can get your tickets at the link here.
kstar.tv or ticketlink.co.kr.
Yeah.
KR stands for Korea. Woo!
That's right. So be there again Saturday. So 8 days from now, we are looking forward to casting that finals for you to wrap up the second season of the KSL. And this is a very cool finals. I'm really glad Soulkey's here. I'm also really excited to see Sharp make a finals. And you know, man, Sharp could win this.
It's possible.
People did not think that Sharp was going to be able to beat Rain, and he did an incredible job there. I mean, if he preps, if he gets ready, and you know, Sharp is one of our up-and-coming players, which I know sounds weird. He's been around forever, but he's finally starting to do what he was not able to do before. I mean, the practice is finally paying off.
Well, I mean, I'm just excited for it, man, to see if he can pull it all together against Soulkey, someone who I think stylistically is very strong against Sharp. Sharp is a bio player. Soulkey's especially good against that. I would definitely put Light above Sharp TVZ bio-wise, and Soulkey crushes Light as well. So it seems like a hard thing, but we thought that about Rain, like you pointed out. So
yeah,
I think it's actually, Sharp is on fire right now. Momentum's a real thing. Look it up in a physics book. Sharp has it.
That's right. Guys, that's all the time we have for tonight. We will see you guys in 8 days. Mark it down in your calendar, 4 p.m. KST, and hopefully we can see you guys down there live. Thank you so much for joining us. Our Toes, good job today. It's good to be back.
Fast, but it was fun.
Yes, it was. So, guys, we love you. Have a good morning, afternoon, or night, wherever you are, and we will see you on Saturday.